So the concept for this app is basically a crowdsourced version of a spam detection system. So for example, we've got two different use cases here to kind of display how we can kind of break it down. So we have user A. User A receives a call. They are able to, if it checks into the database and determines that it is in fact, a registered spam number, it will automatically report that. Otherwise, if they answer the call and they detect that it is a spam call, they can click the spam detection report. Well, as that call comes in, we see user B over here is kind of just going about their day, minding their own business, right? Well, after user A has reported the call, the next time that same number comes in, user B has a special notification that another user has already reported this as a spam. Now, there are also features that are intended to be parental features. Now, this is primarily for parents with kids, but it can also apply to parents with elderly parents or adults with elderly parents who, recognize the need to protect their older parents from some of the dangers that newer technology comes with. So I have an example here where the parent can see like the basic settings, and once they create, they can register their child account, and then they get a list of all their child accounts. They get logs of what numbers are being called to and from the child account, a block list that the parents can define, as well as a setting that allows the child to only allow calls that are on their approved contact list. Allow a notification list, so whenever the child gets a call or whenever the parent gets a call, the parent is notified. That way, if they immediately know something's wrong, that they could intervene. And this would be an example of the child's. So the child can actually request to add a number to their list. They also have access to the log, so they can have a reminder of, what numbers are not on the approved list, or what kind of things have taken place. And then the account alias, which translates to the child account. Now, effectively, when the child gets a call, it displays that the number is not on the call list and that the parent account has been notified, where the parent now has the notification. Now, if the parent reports it, it should immediately reject the call for the child, as well as add it to the database of unapproved contacts for the child and report to the central server that the call is a spam call, and report that it is in fact a spam call for other users. So in this same situation, when another external user gets the same call, they will immediately get the same notification that they got from the previous example. This effectively opens up for a more real-time, where some of the opportunities that would be available would be trying to get into touch with like APIs from ISPs and carriers in order to get further database analysis, and utilize the power of the public and the users in order to very quickly detect when a call is spam, since certain technologies like call spoofing, for example, it'd be an attempt to be able to keep up with how quickly phone numbers are being spoofed for spam, in order to have users be able to report those numbers as quickly as possible. That's basically the idea for the app, and I hope it makes sense. Thanks.